What is up, everybody? It is Tuesday, May 12th, and boy oh boy do we have a lot of Rocket League esports stuff to cover. Before we do that, just want to say massive shouts to you guys and massive thank you as we just hit 8K subs on the channel. If you guys enjoy the content, as always, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications, as well as give it a thumbs up, as it helps the YouTube algorithm recommend my videos so we can keep pumping these out. Without further ado, though, let's get into the action. So first things first, Fusion Rocket League, a $50,000 tournament put on by Johnny Boy with the funding of InCivic, has been announced. There's going to be a $25,000 prize pool for North America and Europe separately. South America is going to be able to compete in North America, and the Middle East is going to be able to compete in Europe, primarily for Sandrock Gaming is my assumption. There's 32 teams that can qualify for each region, and for the open qualifiers, they will be on May 21st and May 22nd. Where Europe starts at 9 a.m. Pacific and North America starts at 12 p.m. Pacific. So what's really fun about this tournament is it's very similar to the crew battle style we got to see in Beyond the Summit, as well as Gold Rush of the past. Instead of it being your typical 3v3, it combines the ability for Game 1 to be a 3v3, Game 2 is a 2v2, and then Game 3 is a 1v1. And whoever is losing that point, if it is not a sweep, will get to pick one of those three playlists for the fourth match, and then the other team gets to do that for the fifth. So you're having to take a combination of all your players and mix and match to figure out what the best combination is. So for example, the unique thing about it, take a team like Rogue, right? First Killer is a phenomenal 1v1 player, so he plays Game 3. He's a 1v1 player. The 2v2, mix and match, probably Kronovi and Turinturo, and then Game 1 is all three of them. So we get to see different dynamics that we may not normally see unless you watch these guys play on stream. So really exciting stuff, awesome format all around. There is also the teams that are applying to the closed qualifier stage, which their captains are forced to actually tweet at Johnny using the hashtag FusionRL. The cool thing about that is if you go on Twitter, you can click on that hashtag and you can see the teams that are trying to submit their rosters. So for the closed side of the tournament, it's a little bit different. Obviously, there's the teams that are invited and accepted, and then there is also the 8 open qualifier teams that make it through. But what's different about this is there's going to be a 3v3, a 2v2, and a 1v1 bracket separately. All the teams are required to play in each, and the brackets are single elimination. So if you lose, you're out, but that is a best of 7, so it's a lot of matches. But the cool thing about this is because you're playing different styles, so you have a team that is playing a 2v2 in one of these brackets, what can happen is teams are allowed to field any combination of players from their lineup. So for example, say it's G2 versus Cloud9, and you've got Rizzo and Chicago playing against Squishy and Gimmick. And all of a sudden, Squishy and Gimmick are getting pooped on. Well, now they can play Torment and Gimmick instead, or Torment and Squishy instead, in the middle of that best of 7, which is going to be super awesome to see how that develops. And I think it's a phenomenal idea in allowing this to kind of play out. After the brackets are all said and done, though, teams earn points. So if you're in first, you get 17 points. If you're in second, you get 11 points. And then third, fourth, because there's no tiebreaker, will get 7 points. The North American tourney for the closed qualifier will be May 25th through 31st, and that'll start at 12 p.m. Pacific daily. Europe will be June 1st to the 7th, also at 12 p.m. Pacific daily. So far, Space Station Gaming, Solary, Sandrock Gaming, The Clappers, 72 Pin Connector, Charlotte Phoenix, Affinity, and Susquehanna Sonics have all been accepted into the event. If you guys want to see more details about all this information and the website you're seeing me scroll through now, you can find that link in the description down below. While Speed from Mousesports was streaming today, he managed to have monitor capture on in his broadcast software and ended up showing some DMs between Reddles of Pittsburgh Knights and himself. In the messages, Reddles was asking about how Speed feels about Arju, and with the response, he literally replies the word, "Nope." Now again, this is all speculation, and the Reddit is starting to kind of blow it up a little bit, but I'm going to talk about some of the things I did notice during Spring Series this past weekend. And if you guys haven't, I put out a video regarding the Spring Series the other day that goes into detail about the specifics of how teams performed and things that we wanted to pay attention to. So if you want more specifics about this, make sure you check that out. But the big thing to notice is that, and make sure you skip ahead, some spoilers here. Mousesports' only losses came from Vitality and Dignitas. These are the two teams that found themselves in the finals. Against Vitality, they got reverse swept, and their 2 wins went into OT. And against Dignitas, the scoreline from each game was only separated by 1 goal, except for game 2. All right, spoiler over. Arju makes Speed and Cookster play better. They both seem more comfortable with him and way less hesitant. During the second day against Dignitas, Arju was making some like super crucial mistakes, and there was misclears, and he had touches that led to midfield that really led to goals. People forget that he's still no experience with the RLRs and RLCS. He came in through 6-mans as a really high-ranked S player. And I hate that there's this narrative that Arju has to be this clutch playmaker despite being a rookie. Like, he has very minimal experience at the high level. Like, it should be on Speed and Cookser that are carrying the weight as the veterans. And Speed did play really well over the weekend, but I just don't see why there's this narrative of like Arju's got to be the end all to be all, especially when he's a rookie. Like, he's doing a good job to bring him to that next level, but I don't foresee the reason as to why people are being like, yep, he's not playing well, get rid of him, when he's still probably trying to adjust to the RLCS-esque lifestyle. He's not even signed as an official player, so it's not like he's able to commit to it possibly full time, because I'm pretty sure he's a young kid. I just tried to look up his age on Liquipedia, and I actually don't know what it is. I just know he's from Italy. So he and Cooks have some pretty fun comms. Either way, despite all the speculation, Speed did say on stream that they had no intentions of kicking Arju, but of course it's going to be on everybody's radar in the coming months, especially with all the new tournaments that are being announced, some that haven't been yet. Speaking of tournaments that are possibly going to get announced, according to some inside sources, there are rumors circulating that the World Series of Esports, or WSOE, by eStars Studios will be hosting a 10K Rocket League tournament as part of their online tournament series. Back in late January of 2019, WSOE 4 put on a LAN event in Las Vegas. I was actually one of the desk analysts there and commentators at the event, working alongside Wavepunk, JamesBot, Achieves, and Richard Lewis. Shout out to Richard Lewis, love that man to death. They tried a like more different vibe where it's like kind of like a UFC title bout or like a sports vibe mixed with like an NFL red zone style of watching multiple matches at the same time. At one point, myself and Wavepunk casted 3 matches at once. It was kind of chaos. This tournament was also the debut of Speed on Flipside Tactics, where they ended up winning with a roster of Cookser, Mystic, and Speed. Mystic is now the coach of Veloce. It is rumored to be a North America-only tournament with qualifiers happening this weekend. 4 teams are going to be invited to compete while taking 4 from the open qualifiers. If it's anything like last time, you can expect the main event to be roughly a month from now, so figure like the 12th or the 13th. Pros usually like playing on Saturdays because it's similar to RLCS routine. That's why we do the brawl on the day that we do. Keep your eyes out for that, but that is going to do it for us, guys. Tons of information today. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Again, if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the daily uploads, as well as give it a thumbs up. And drop any questions you guys have down below with thoughts and concerns about all this information being provided. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.